year and coincides with the birthday of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, known to be a man of high integrity. In pursuit of the vision of the Government of India to make a new India by the year 2022, which is the 75th anniversary of our independence. The Central Vigilance Commission, as an apex integrity institution of the country, endeavors to promote integrity, transparency, and accountability in public life. The Central Vigilance Commission has decided that this year Vigilance Awareness Week would be observed from 26th October 2021 to 1st November 2021 with the theme Independent India @75. Self-reliance with integrity. स्वतंत्र भारत @75. सत्यनिष्ठा से आत्मनिर्भरता. To make us aware of certain things that are related to today's theme, we have Lieutenant Colonel Rahul Sangha, sir. Lieutenant Colonel Rahul Sangha is a third generation soldier in the army and was commissioned in 15 Armored Regiment in 2001. He did his schooling from Army Public Schools and KVs. He graduated from Haryana Agriculture University, Hisar, and later on did the Masters in Military Psychology. As an NCC cadet, he was part of marching contingent on Republic Day at Rajpath and also represented our country as part of youth exchange program to Bangladesh. In addition, he has also played basketball and badminton at national level in school. Being an adventure enthusiast, he has done basic mountaineering course in Uttarakhand as a college student, cycled 300 km from Hisar to Mahajan over 2 days, tracked for 100 km along Belize Trail in western Arunachal Pradesh, and has done parachute jumps. His interests including traveling, eating, and reading. He is presently serving at Leh.
Hello, children. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for the nice introduction to the child who just introduced me. Let me also add that in school I was a backbencher and always I was found in the playground and used to hate and like, or I would say dislike few subjects. And lastly, I used to dread the PTMs. So I'm also a APS product, and it is a privilege to be speaking to you. Uh, I can see that a lot of students who have joined in the meeting, around 150, and I'll start. Sorry for being late. Actually, it was a technical glitch on my side, and because of your sir, it was resolved. So now I understand how difficult these online classes are, and to connect with the online classes, I mean, these lockdown is now over, and you are going physically to the school. That is a good thing. So let me start by telling you a joke. This is going on WhatsApp also. So lockdown khatam hone ke baad, when the first PTM happened physically, so the parents attended the PTM, and father told the ma'am, मैं बच्चे का पिता हूँ. The teacher replied, जी जानती हूँ, कई बार आपको ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में पीछे झाड़ू लगाते देखा है. So that is what online classes have been doing to the parents also, and I'm sure that you must be happy on reopening of the schools, and You have missed small things like celebrating your birthday in class,
Yes, sir.
and taking your best friend around to distribute chocolates, such like things. So hats off to the students and the teacher who have conducted these classes online for the last 2 years and under the challenging conditions. Today, I have been told to speak about two topics. That is, first is the RTI, and second is fundamental rights and duties. So, I think I'm more competent to tell you about the places to eat in Pune and visit in Ladakh, but then I don't have an option. So we'll go ahead with these topics. I want it to be an interactive session. I have also done some homework, though you are more, I mean, educated on these topics rather than me. So it is you should be telling me or correcting me. Uh, so starting with the first topic, that is RTI. So can anybody tell me what RTI stands for? Full form?
Sir, may I, Sarvesh?
Yeah, anyone can answer.
Sir, RTI means rights to information.
Oh, good, very good. Right to information, and this is a act. So this act, it came into existence in 2005. Okay, and anybody else? What?
Information.
Correct. तो ये आरटीआई एक्ट है क्या, मतलब ब्रीफ में कोई 2 सेंटेंसेस में कोई मुझे बताए आरटीआई एक्ट क्या करता है? यस
Sir, it is a right to information. The act came into existence in 2005 after sustained effort of anti-corruption activists.
correct. And what does it do?
So it promotes a transparency in government institutions in India.
Correct. So
Sir, can I tell, Abhinav?
Sir, it is a
yeah.
fundamental right of Indian citizen to seek information from government.
Okay, good. So you are all 100% correct. In fact, this RTI Act came into existence because a need for was felt that there are many things which the citizens are not aware, and anything which they had to, I mean, approach the government, and government used to always say that this information cannot be shared, because during Britishers there was this act called Official Secrets Act. So they used to always deny the information to the Indians that time, and it was a legacy of the British Raj which continued. And now in 2005, the government felt that certain things can always be shared with the citizens, and it empowers the citizen, and also, as you rightly brought out, that it promotes transparency and accountability. So these were the objectives, a few objectives of this act. Okay. Now there are various sections in this act and all. We'll not go into the details. However, can anybody else, I mean, who has read about it, tell me something more about this RTI? Anybody who has, I mean, heard about it or read it somewhere, apart from the students who have already spoken?
Sir, can I tell the RTI rule?
Yes.
Sir, the Departmental Appellate Authority has been referred to as first authority, as the
Okay.
first appellant lines with him. Object of the Right to Information Act. So the basis object of the Right to Information Act is to improper the citizens promote.
Correct. So, rightly brought out. Now, this right of information is a fundamental right under Article 19(1). Okay, so anybody, is there any age limit if somebody wants to seek some information, is there any age limit to it? Anyone? Wild guess?
Sir, 18
Can-
years and above. Sir, 18 years and above.
No,
18
sir,
years
I
and
don't
above.
think so.
Sir,
There's no
14
means
years.
14 years.
Sir,
Okay.
Sir, can I?
So students are not eligible to seek information?
Sir, can I, Prabhat?
Yes. Yes, Prabhat.
Sir, the maximum age limit remains at 65, and there will be only one possibility of reappointment as information commissioner or elevation as chief information commissioner at the central or state level.
That you are talking about not as a person who is seeking information. Appellate authority is the one who is providing information. So I am asking that if you as a student, as a student,
Sir,
if you
more
want,
than 14 years.
Sir,
yeah,
sir, the age,
So
sir,
I think that there is no
in the-
limit for seeking information
correct.
because
So
we all have a right to
Right,
get
yeah.
an information to study. Even an old person can study because he has that hobby. Even we read
Correct.
books, so we are seeking information from any book.
Correct. So
Sir, the age,
there is no,
sir, the age limit of RTI is 65.
no, there is no age limit. As a any citizen of India, you are also a citizen of India. You can also seek information through this act. Okay, so as a student, I mean, irrespective of the age, through the proper, I mean, way what is there stated in the act, you can also seek any kind of information. Okay, so there is no age limit or age embargo. Now, this you can seek any kind of information. Okay, but it has to be from the government authorities, and some information that can affect the sovereignty and integrity of India, that is exempted under this RTI Act. So, like if you want to ask some war plans about how to, I mean, what are the plans in case India goes to war with some country? So that is actually affecting that is secret. So that information can't be shared. So such like information which affects the integrity or internal security, the relations with foreign countries, so they are exempted from RTI. As also the public authorities, I mean, you can seek information from all the authorities and bodies which are under the union government, state government, and local bodies, as also civil societies that are funded directly or indirectly by the government. So you can seek information from them. Now, there is a way of, I mean, how you have to approach. Is anybody aware how to seek information? What is the way? Anyone?
Sir, we need to fill some form for that.
Correct. And it can be online as well as offline. So, and
Yes,
is there
sir,
any
we
fee?
can get the form from
Yeah.
Google.
Is there any fees?
No, sir, no fee. No fee.
No, sir. Sir.
No,
Sir, can you
No, sir.
repeat your question?
Sir, 10 rupees.
10 rupees. So 10 rupees is there as fees basically, so that any person, only a person who is serious should seek the information rather than waste time of the government officials. Okay, so 10 rupees is a very minuscule fees which is kept. Now there is a laid down form and it is very easy to fill. The information has to be very specific. Okay, what I mean, one is asking. And then is there any time limit for the reply?
Yes,
What is the
sir.
time limit? Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is the,
yes, sir.
what is the time limit? Anyone?
Sir, 48
Sir,
hours.
30 or 25 days?
It is 30 days. Okay. And
30 days.
30 days. So, and in all the government departments, there are officials who are nominated as PIOs.
What is the topic?
Topic, good question. Topic is RTI, Right to Information. So, so this is also I mean, you are also seeking information. So, where were we? Okay, we were talking about there is a person nominated in each department.
Sir, PIO.
PIO is the information officer who is nominated even in your school. Somebody would have been nominated even in my office where I am working. There is a PIO. So all these letters goes to that person. Now that person is duty bound to reply within 30 days if it falls within the parameters of the RTI Act. So within 30 days, the person who is seeking information, he gets the reply. So that is a very simple way of seeking and getting back the information which a person wants. Okay. So the main objective of RTI, it is basically to empower the citizens to question the government and its working. Okay, so any citizen can request for information, but it should not threaten the internal security and integrity. So that is the basis and main objective of this RTI Act. Now, as I told you, there is no age limit. So there is a girl, Aishwarya Parashar. Okay, she is 10 years old. So she sought one information from the government that Mahatma Gandhi, as is, everybody knows that he is called father of the nation. So her query was, is it an official recognition given to the Mahatma? And if so, she wanted to see the records. Okay. So the government didn't have any reply because there were no records to it. And finally, the Archives Department of India, they replied to her that it is just an honorary title given to him. It is not an official one. And in case she wants to visit the archives, she is most welcome. So this is just one of the ways wherein such kind of information which is always not seen and hidden in the files. So these kind of information lately have started coming out. Now there is another example. There is a school in Tehri Gadwal. Okay, so the teacher of that school, he was from the same village, yet he used to come only for 10 days out of 30 days, and 20 days he used to be at his home. So the students, even their parents complained, nothing happened. So the parents along with their children, they sort of RTI query through RTI that shows the attendance of the teacher. And that is where it came. It was, found out that the teacher was regularly absent when the inquiry was held. So this is a tool in the hands of the citizen. So indirectly, what it does is it also checks the corruption. Okay, where corruption is rampant in the country. So this is one of the tools where a person can exercise and his right and find out many things. Adarsh scam was a big scam in Bombay, wherein a building was multi-story apartment was built and distributed among politicians and people. Who could influence in getting a flat in the building, whereas it was meant for war. So that those apartments were meant for war widows and the veterans. So this also came out in the newspapers only through RTI activist when he sought information. And then the chief minister.
Sir, so we can tell the problems also to RTI?
It is just to seek information. I mean, you have to be very specific when you ask information, seek an information, that it is only an act to ask information. That is all. Through information only, if you have got information, it acts as a tool to further the cause, isn't it? Till the time information
Yes,
is not
sir.
there. So that is the,
Yes,
otherwise, earlier times you never used to come to know, because the officials in the government departments never used to interact or give any positive response. So that is the whole idea behind this. So I finished with this topic. Any doubt related to this, or anybody wants to contribute about RTI?
No, sir.
No, sir, no doubt.
No,
sir.
Okay,
No
so
doubt. No.
okay, fine.
आई भी है मेरी आवाज?
So now we move on to the next topic, that is fundamental rights and duties. So fundamental rights and duties are, I think it has already been covered in one of your chapters in civics, class 8.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how many fundamental rights are there total?
The 7.
Sir, six. Sir, six fundamental rights.
Sir, mainly six fundamental rights.
Yeah,
Fundamental
there are total of 6 fundamental rights. And can anybody tell me the 6 fundamental rights?
Right to
Yes, sir.
equality.
Right.
Like right to equality,
Okay,
right to
we'll
freedom,
go one by one. Okay, wait, we'll go one
Sir,
by
can I
one.
tell Abhinav? Can I tell Abhinav?
Sir, can I?
Just a sec. So first is, as somebody brought out,
Sir,
right
Abhinav.
to equality. Okay. Second
Sir,
is,
Sir,
Second is right to
cultural and
freedom.
educational
Right to
rights.
Right
freedom.
to freedom.
okay, he said,
Please raise your hands. All those who want to answer, please raise your hand.
yeah, Aryan has raised his hand. Yeah, Aryan. Aryan 8th B.
Yes, sir. So first right to equality, second right to freedom, third right against
Okay,
exploitation,
let
fourth
others should also get a chance. So Aryan said right to equality. Sarvesh,
Sir, right to cultural and educational rights.
okay, correct. And next is Vaishnavi.
Sir, right
Yes.
to
constitutional
remedies.
Okay, good. Okay, next, who is there? Abhinav. Yeah, Abhinav.
Yes, sir. Sir, right to constitutional remedies.
Okay, good. Okay, and yeah, anybody else? Yeah, Pratiksha.
Right.
Sir, Shruti.
Okay, right to?
Sir, right.
Freedom of religion.
Yeah,
Sir, right
right,
to freedom of religion.
correct. And two more. The last, right to freedom, right to freedom of
Right
religion.
against exploitation.
Correct.
Sir, right to
So,
freedom of religion.
Right to religion, sir. Right to religion.
okay, students, all of you have brought out correctly. There are total 6 which you have just listed. Now, so what is there for me to tell you now, since you are already aware what these rights are? So I basically will explain these rights with an example. Okay. So with example, it becomes, I mean, yes.
Sir,
So
the house,
firstly,
cloth, and food are 3 main fundamental.
they are fun. They are okay. Will not digress from the topic. So let's start from with right to equality. Okay. So right to equality is equal rights to all, irrespective of religion, gender, caste, or creed. This you are all aware. Now, with an example, if I have to tell you, so recently the Supreme Court has given permanent commission to women in the Indian Army. In fact, all the three forces.
Sir,
armed forces.
NDA also.
Yeah, NDA, correct. So that will eventually lead to permanent commission only. So this is what this judgment was given based on article, this fundamental right to equality, which is covered under article 14 to 18. So the reason which the government said was not accepted by the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said no, the women also have equal right and they should be given permanent commission in the armed forces, because it is discriminatory against the based on gender. So this is a very big step which was taken by the government, though pushed by the Supreme Court. So this is an example of right to equality. Second is right to freedom, covered under Article 19 to 22. So any example on this? Any example? Yes.
Sir, if we have to express our expression, we can express it.
Correct. So
Sir,
under this
even the
article,
freedom of
correct. So this includes freedom of speech, expression, assembly without arms, association, then practice any profession and reside in any part of the country. So that is right to freedom. Okay. Now under this article, the Supreme Court recently gave a judgment wherein, if you recollect, in 2019, Government of India had revoked the special status to J&K under Article 370, and in apprehension of rights or apprehension of law and order situation, the internet was closed. So thereafter the public approached the courts, and court gave a judgment that yes, internet can be shut down, but it can't be shut down indefinitely. The government has to have a proof, or it should be based on facts. So article right to freedom was quoted in that when the judgment was given, that even internet is now covered under, it is a necessity, and therefore it comes under right to freedom. Okay. Next is right against exploitation, covered under Article 23 and 24. So this is related to prohibition of human trafficking. Okay, human trafficking. You all understand what it is? So in this,
Sir, child labor, sir, exploitation of
child labor, correct. So let me just tell you, recently we all celebrated Diwali, and in that many of you would have burst crackers. So the industry where these crackers are manufactured, they employ a lot of child labor, especially girls. Okay. And Shivakasi in Tamil Nadu is a famous place. All these famous Murga Chap brands and all, they are manufactured there. So it is name of a place. And since my childhood days, we used to always look out when buying for firecrackers कि ये Shivakasi का है तो अच्छा होगा. But Shivakasi is also, all these factories, they are very notorious, and they employ a lot of children, because children below, I think 16 years can't be employed in factories. So
14.
Correct.
15 years.
14 years.
Yes, sir. 14 years.
Because under right to education,
Sir, 14 years.
right to get educated. So, but they employ. So indirectly, what? We are also, by bursting these crackers, we are also supporting the we are also hand in gloves with in the crime, isn't it? Not all of the factories, but majority of them. So this is right against exploitation. Okay, so next is right to freedom of religion. Okay, this is covered under Article 25 to 28. Under this right to freedom, equal right must be given to all citizens to follow and preach all religion they wish, because India is a secular country, isn't it? So the state doesn't have any religion. So any person, therefore, you see, India is called unity in diversity. So there are people from all faith who reside in India, and everybody can follow or preach the religion they wish to. Now, connected to this was the famous Sabrimalla case. Okay, Sabrimalla, where is it? It is a temple located in Tamil Nadu.
Kerala.
Sorry, Kerala. Yes, Sabrimalla, Ayyappa. So there are certain temples in India, even other place of worship, where there is restriction on entry of women. So in this, the women aged between 10 to and I think 50 or 60, 50 years, they are not allowed. So because of some religious belief. So court was approached, Supreme Court in the initial judgment said that there cannot be discrimination because it is impinging on the right of freedom of religion. Okay, but however, later on the Supreme Court, based on, I mean, the appeal, it has gone to the larger bench. So that case is still under consideration. So this is one example of right to freedom of religion. Even women are not allowed in mosques. So this has also been clubbed with that. Now next is cultural and educational rights, 29 and Article 29 and 30. So every citizen has a right to get education and preserve their heritage and culture. Okay. So connected to this is the right to education, RTE also. There is another act wherein now it has become a right of every child from 4 to 14 years that they will be, they can't be denied education. So it is a responsibility of the government through these various government schools. And even it is the parent is liable to be, they can also be taken to court in case they don't allow the child to get educated. Connected to this is cultural rights. So in Kerala, there is a tradition, famous festival of Jalliakutta. Anybody from, I think, not Kerala, Tamil Nadu, where there is you would have heard, this is a festival, bull fighting hoti hai usme, and you have to overpower the bull, catch it by the horn.
Yes, sir, I've seen on YouTube.
YouTube, hai. So yeah, this has been going on for ages, and so again, the animal right activists, they approached the court saying that there should be a ban because it causes harm to the animals. So the Supreme Court initially banned it. However, in the review filed, so it has now been, it is being considered by a larger bench. So this comes under, this cultural and educational rights. And last is right to constitutional remedy. So this right to constitutional remedy means the constitution guarantees remedies if citizens' fundamental rights are violated. So Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar said that this particular article, this right to constitutional remedy, is the heart of the constitution. So one can keep writing articles and spelling out these rights, duties, and whatever, but till the time that individual doesn't get any hearing in case of violation of his rights, so what is the point? So therefore, under this article, the constitution guarantees remedies if the citizens' fundamental rights are violated. So this I've covered fundamental rights. Any doubt in this? 6 fundamental rights?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Now we'll move on to fundamental duties. Okay.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay. So in 1976, there were 10 fundamental duties which were added in the Constitution because it was felt that citizens have been given rights, but it is also citizens should also, realize that they have certain duties towards the country. So in 76, a need was felt, and 10 fundamental duties were listed in the Constitution, and the 11th fundamental duty was later on added in 2002. So there are total of 11. I'll just read them one by one. So first is abide by the Indian Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and anthem. Second, cherish and follow the noble ideals that inspire the national struggle for freedom. Third, uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. Fourth is defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. Fifth, promote harmony and spirit of brotherhood. Sixth, value and preserve the rich heritage of country's composite culture. Seventh, protect natural environment. Eighth, develop scientific temper. Ninth, safeguard public property. 10th, strive towards excellence in all spheres. And last is the one which was added in 2002, provide opportunities for education to his child or ward between the age of 6 and 14 years. Okay, so these are the 11 fundamental duties. So what is the importance of duties? If we have got rights, then we also as a citizen, we have certain duties towards the country.
We have some duties.
However, yeah. So unlike fundamental rights, which are covered under, one can always go to the court in case any of the fundamental rights are denied. But in case of fundamental duties, there is no legal sanction against their violation because it is felt that the citizens are self-conscious and they should, these duties
be responsible.
रिस्पॉन्सिबल करेक्ट सो क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में कर्तव्य है ये आपका फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज हमारे कर्तव्य है ठीक है तो इसलिए ये आपको 11 ड्यूटीज हैं अभी there are to simplify this there are certain fundamental or not fundamental but there are certain duties as a student you have and there are certain rights as a student when you go to the school. So can anybody tell me what are your rights one by one? One at a time. What are your rights as a student?
Sir, right to equality.
So नहीं if you relate it to the school so right to equality मतलब आपके against कोई caste, religion, creed इसके basis पे कोई class के अंदर है ना?
So we can inform our teachers.
हाँ नहीं I am saying कि when you relate rights in your day-to-day life that is your school life so right to equality को जैसे आप relate करोगे तो as a student or as a girl boy there can't be a discrimination जैसे मैंने बताया था granting permanent commission to women it was discriminating the right of equality. So when you are
right to education.
एजुकेशन करेक्ट बट आप स्कूल में पहले ही हो ना तो वो तो आपकी राइट फुलफिल हो रही है तो आप कौन सी ऐसे आप रिलेट कर सकते हो स्कूल से आपको डोंट गो स्ट्रिक्टली बाय दीज फंडामेंटल राइट्स व्हिच आर देयर 6 वैसे आप
राइट टू द लाइब्रेरी बुक्स
हाँ गुड देयर इज अ लाइब्रेरी देयर हाँ ओके बट विद इन द लाइब्रेरी टाइमिंग्स है ना और विद ओके
Freedom of
Sir, right to school facilities.
हाँ जैसे
Like library, sports room,
The right
then
to information.
sir, different media which school has provided.
Good. Okay.
Sir, right to participate in every competition.
Have the right to sit here, sit at the back.
So right to answer in
Okay.
every class if we wish.
Okay. Good.
Sir, right to participate.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, right
Correct.
to information. Sir, right to fee.
Right to fee. That is your duty.
Sir, right to play. Information.
Right to play. Okay. Okay. I'll cut it short. All of you are correct. So these are your rights. Okay. So to name a few, what I mean to add to what you have already said, the right to a safe and secure environment. Okay. तो इसीलिए आपके स्कूल के सामने गार्ड्स हैं, टीचर्स मॉनिटर करते हैं, स्कूल बसेस में आप जाते हैं वहां पे भी आपके मॉनिटर होता है कितने चले गए कितने आ गए बच्चे. ठीक है. तो दिस इज टू प्रोवाइड अ safe and secure environment is your right and duty of the school. Similarly,
Yes, sir.
access to toilets. ठीक है. There should be adequate number of toilets. अभी उसमें आपकी क्या ड्यूटी है? टू कीप इट क्लीन, है ना. सिमिलरली आपके क्लासरूम्स में बेंचेस, स्कूल की ड्यूटी है प्रोवाइड
Sir,
करना.
tap water.
वर्किंग लाइट, है ना, लाइट शुड बी वर्किंग, सेफ होना चाहिए, नो फायर हैजर्ड. Such like things are duties of the school.
So, clean tap water.
Correct. Access to drinking water. So these are all the.
Sir.
So these are all what your rights as a student and duty of the school. So similarly, the constitution in the constitution for the citizens also there are rights. Now we move on to duties. Now you relate your duties towards the school. I mean duties as a citizen.
So,
I have
to
already
keep
listed
the school neat and clean.
yes.
Yes.
Not to
To
That
pay.
is also.
To know.
clean मतलब graffiti नहीं बनाना, है ना, benches के ऊपर.
Sir, pick garbages.
हाँ,
Sir,
जहाँ पे
not to
आपको
ruin
garbage
school
दिखे.
property.
So, to
and-
keep the toilets clean.
हाँ,
Sir, follow
correct.
the.
Sir, not to
Sir,
ruin
we have to clean our
property.
classroom.
One at a time.
We have to that also. If
क्या
the
please?
school.
हाँ,
Sir, to inform everything to teacher.
okay. Any wrongdoing, isn't it? Okay. Or
Sir, not to destroy school property.
not to destroy school property, school buses को और seats को damage नहीं करना. और
Sir, not to destroy government property.
और स्कूल पे टाइम स्कूल पे आना.
Sir, we have to be on time.
Someone.
Sir, follow the properly.
Sir, we have to follow the rules properly.
Okay, yes. So you
we
are all
don't-
right. Correct. So you are all right. Now if you relate your
We
duty.
have to do not break rules.
Correct. So now let me speak. These fundamental rights and duties which are laid down for the citizen in the constitution are similar to what you are following in your or what you should be doing in your daily life as a student. Okay, which you have already listed so beautifully, all of you, isn't it? So same are the duties of the citizen. So that is all I wanted to, bring out. You know more than me, and any doubt you can ask me. Anyone?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, good. This is the best answer. Now it's your playing time. I can understand. I've already taken almost 45 minutes, and it was very nice interacting with you. In fact, it was a learning for me. I had to really study hard yesterday. But thanks to
Yes, sir.
internet, there is a lot of information readily available. So all the best for.
Sir, we learned a lot from your speech.
Thank you and all the best. Do well in life and do what you want to do. Okay, but do something.
Thanks, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't go by what your parents
Yes,
tell you
sir.
to do. Okay, understood. But
Yes, sir.
be a
Yes, sir.
proud,
Yes,
uh,
sir. I won't
be a
listen
good
to what my
citizen
parents say.
and do something in life which you are proud of. Because
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
if you follow your passion in life, you will always do good. I was never a good student, but I wanted to join the army. I mean, I'm happy with what I'm doing. So you'll always be happy in life when, I mean, you pursue a profession which you always like. And then, of course, you thought about padai, you have to work for that to achieve that aim. And thank you very much. So nice interacting with you. All the best.
Yes.
Over to you.
Thank you.
you, sir.
Thank
Bye,
you
sir.
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
sir.
Nice
Have
to
a
meet
nice
you.
day.
Bye, sir.
Nice
Thank you
day.
for teaching us. Bye, sir.
Wait, children. Tripti. Tripti, can you hear me? Tripti. Mamta ma'am.
Just a minute. See if she's there. Just a minute.
Bye, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I leave the meeting?
Sir, just a vote of thanks is left.
Okay, okay.
Just a moment, sir.
Ma'am, Shilpa ma'am, Anshika is there in the meeting. She's going to propose the vote of thanks. She is there.
Bye, ma'am.
Anshika,
Bye.
Yes, ma'am.
please
Good
begin.
evening, all. As all good things come to an end in life, so is the webinar. On behalf of Army Public School, Ahmednagar, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to our chief guest and resource person, Lieutenant Colonel Rahul Sanga sir. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. Our heartfelt thanks to each and everyone present here. With these warm words and a kind message, we move to the end of today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, beta.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, children. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.